about this, tied to the book Clinton Cash and the questions that raised, but this is a different level. I want to turn to another part of a different investigation, and that is this dossier, the Fusion GPS folks. How would you describe the attitude of Democrats on the Intelligence Committee towards the probing of the origins of this so-called dossier and how they're accepting that?
Well, look, to me it looks like they're obstructing the investigation. Look, this is now in the courts. The House General Counsel is now representing the Congress in this. This is because Fusion GPS has went to the court on this matter. We believe that we're going to have this matter, I think, fixed within the next week or so, and we believe that we will receive the financial records of Fusion GPS because we want to know a few things. Number one, starting with who paid Christopher Steele, did they pay, and if so, how much? And then also, who paid them? Was it Republican donors, Democratic donors, both? Were they on the payroll of any Russian companies? This is all extremely pertinent information to the ongoing Russia investigation. And as you know, as chairman of this committee, it is my job to enforce these subpoenas. Right. So we've been working on that.
So, as we stand here, who do you think bankrolled this dossier?
You know what? I still have no idea. And I think that's the problem. We don't know who bankrolled this dossier, and here we are 10 months into this investigation and we still don't know that. I think that's a problem, that the American people, and I would think Democrats would want to get to the bottom of this.
Not surprisingly, Mr. Chairman, there's a conventional wisdom in the media. This is from CNN, Chris Saliza. For months, congressional Republicans have watched in a combination of wonderment and terror as President Donald Trump has swerved all over the political world, picking fights, fueling controversies, and generally speaking, making a mess of things. On Tuesday, Republicans finally took some action, doing one of the only things left to them. They launched investigations of the past Democratic administration and the last Democratic presidential nominee.
Well, look, I'll put simple numbers here. 90% of the media in this town is not just left, but hard left. And they become very vocal against this president. And anybody who has anything to say, they attack. As somebody who gets attacked by them on a daily basis. Then there's about 5%, I put you in this category, Brett, I think, that are very fair. And then, of course, there's about another 5% that are hard right. But, you know, the president has really no chance in this town with the media after him all the time. But that has nothing to do with the fact of the matter is that we're trying to get answers. The American people should want the answers of who paid for the dossier. Was the dossier used by the Justice Department for warrants, or was it used for any part of this investigation? Those are important answers that are important questions we need answers to, along with going back to the first topic. I think people need to know whether or not there was any involvement by the Russian government to sway favor with U.S. government agencies.
And as you stand there tonight, you still tonight have not seen anything that shows collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russians.
No, and look, this is what I've said. I said this 10 months ago. I said this 7 months ago. I said it last month, and even today on your show. There still is no evidence of collusion between Trump and the Russians. And you know what? If there is, I continue to say this, I'll be the first to come out and say, here's what we found, and I think it's a big problem. I would turn it over to Robert Mueller and his investigation.
Mr. Chairman, we appreciate your time. We'll follow both investigations closely.
Thank you, Brett.
The first commander of the Space Shuttle Challenger